Hello and welcome to Inktober day 18. Hope you guys, I'm sorry for yesterday, everything was going wrong. I had to throw out the whole bottle of ink because it started going grainy and nothing was working out yesterday. So I just kind of, yeah, I didn't want to give up completely, I just couldn't do yesterday. Anyway, here I am working on her hair. That's because she's not wearing any clothing. I didn't know what to do, so I started off with her hair being quite light, and then I slowly make it darker. But yeah. So today I'm doing kind of like a demon girl. Her face has been redrawn. I don't know. I wanted to kind of like she's interacting with the background a bit more because that's something I really want to work on is interacting with backgrounds rather than just having them there. So I kind of wanted to look like she was heading towards this fiery, like she's walking into a portal where hell was, like, I don't know, so that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, there's supposed to be flames in the background, but I'm not the best at drawing flames, so they look a bit odd, but I think they kind of look like flames. So yeah. Here I am darkening up her hair once more, because I decided it needed to be darker. Yeah, start got really close to her face, but it's fine, because I showed half of that face anyway. I'm not so good at doing, different light sources, which is something I need to work on, because if these flames were behind her, her face would, oh no, that part of her face is still probably being shadow because her hair is in the way, but you know, it's just, yeah. Also, if you look on the other side of the page, it looks really bloody creepy, and that is left over from the marker, because I did leak through the page. But yeah, here I am adding in her horns. Also, for some reason, the back of that page was really sticky. I don't know if it was the marker or if I had something else on that page. I really don't remember, but like halfway through I end up having to put like a piece of paper there because my hand keeps sticking. Of course, I'm left-handed as well. So yeah, I'm just adding in a bit of shading to this girl, this little demon girl, and her butt, because butts. Yep. Originally she was kind of like had her leg up, but I decided I didn't like that. I wanted her to be walking away from the viewer, and like the viewer just kind of caught her, and she's like looking around and like kind of like trying to make them decide if they want to go with her, knowing that she's a demon, but also knowing that she's quite sensual and, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know, I just really like that kind of idea. Yeah, so I feel like it kind of makes it interact with the viewer a little bit, the way that she's looking straight at it, even though she's walking away. She's kind of inviting them in. Oh, there's that bit of paper that I was talking about. And with the cheek where I smudged it, I tried to put the white ink over it, but it didn't really work. So I do her lips in pure black. Also, I'm still holding the pencil heavy. I'm kind of getting better at it, but still. So I do her lips in black. You'll see that in a second. But I think then I'm like, actually no, her hair doesn't look dark enough now, so I think that's one of the main reasons I change it. Yeah, here I am, because I couldn't find my paintbrush for like a good 3 minutes, and then I realised it was right beside me, I think, or maybe this is the other side. Yeah, here I am adding in some more shading under her nose, darkening up under her breast and stuff, under her hair, just the areas that would be darkest. Really darkening those up. Giving more form to the boob because it's not flat, it's circular. Circular. Oh, wow, I said that very oddly. You know. Now I'm starting to add in her tattoos. I gave her a ram skull with demon orchids because I wanted the flowers. This is kind of the point where I started to make my flowers match the subject. So the demon orchids don't look exactly how they're supposed to because demon orchids have this tiny little demon face in them, which is impossible to draw this small. So I just kind of left it out, but yeah, it's based off the demon orchid. Sorry, I'm still sick. Yeah, it's based off the demon orchid, which is a very pretty plant. Here I am darkening up her hair because I realised her lips are too dark now, and it needs to be darker. But yeah. Also, ram skull is very traditional Satanism, so I was like, oh, I have to add that in. You know, I just have to. It's necessary. It might offend a few people, but it's just art. It's just the way I chose to represent it. See, I'm darkening up here. I don't think I do one more layer darker than this. I think this is me going over it with another ink wash, and eventually I'll go over it with pure ink. And coming back to the skull and filling in the demon orchids. So yeah, they're kind of a very strange shape, and I really couldn't. If you see how small these guys are, there's no way I could get a tiny little face in there, which is a ton of details. But if you want to look them up, go for it. They're called demon orchids, and they're quite terrifying, but really cool at the same time. You're just adding a bunch of those in. Well, I think 4 or 5. And some leaves. Adding in their leaves and stuff. And I think I have more details of the skull in a minute. Yeah, darkening up the skull and the horns. He's got a different horn pattern to her. His horns come around and curl towards his face, which some horns do that, but her horns are traditional ram's horns and they curl back and underneath each other. Also, this is when I'm making her hair like just plain old pure Indian ink. So yeah, just doing that now. Because I decided it needed to be a lot darker and it would suit her lips and everything else. Yeah, so I did that. Also, her eyes were going to be very dark as well, so I thought, oh, yeah, it needs to be dark. Not trying to say that dark hair people are demons, because I have very dark hair myself. I just wanted to give it black hair, because I love black hair. I think it's very cool. You know. Well, it's just adding more of the Indian ink in. So I'm still using very cheap Indian ink, and I think I'm going to buy a nicer Indian ink for tomorrow's Inktober, so we'll see what happens. I might not, it just depends if my money comes through. So here I'm picking up her curl at the bottom, because I kind of effed up a bit, but shh, I'm an artist, I'm perfect. No, I'm not. I always F up, and that's part of art. Making mistakes you have to fix. And then I think in a minute I go, oh no, see? I just put a bit of really dark ink, so I made it like her hair was kind of curling around her arm. Here I'm using a thinner brush to kind of go over her shoulder, the hair bit. I can English. English is my first language, by the way. God, I'm just terrible. Yeah, I'm just adding in more details because it was quite streaky in real life. You guys can't see it because it's very pitch black on the camera, but oh, yeah, it's my phone. Yeah, sorry, my friend was sending me stuff because I told him his mum was cool because she goes to school with me, and he's like, get a life. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's all very consensual assholeness. So I'm out of frame a bit, but like, I'm drawing in a snake because, like, in Adam and Eve, the traditional story, the devil is portrayed as a snake. Here I am. This is when I lost my pen, paintbrush, and I realized it was right next to me because I'm a doofus. You can't really see what I'm doing at all, but yeah. So I did a snake because the traditional story of Adam and Eve. Also, I went to a lot of religious schools, so I've pretty much studied the Bible. So, you know, the devil first appears to them as a snake. So I'm like, oh, I have to. And then the plants around the snake is called a red devil. It's this very spiky looking plant. It's actually a real plant, and it's called red devil. If you want to look that up, it's very cool. It's a bright red plant that kind of looks like fire. It's very cool. And I'm not really a fan of red, but I think it looks bloody cool. Here I am starting to add in some blush to all the areas that would have blush. You know, I can't explain where I put the blush. I just kind of do. It's just areas that would have it. I don't know. Anywhere where the skin is thinner than where it would be otherwise, I think. And I kind of just add it in the places I want to add. I'm adding some more shading to her face because her fringe is quite low as a amalgamation of my fuck ups and just wanting it to be kind of low. You know, art. Giving her butt more shadows, giving it more definition so it's more like a butt than just kind of a bit of flesh. Like a bit of flesh with a hunk, like a crack in the middle. I'm so sorry, guys. I swear English is my first language. I'm just a terrible human being. you know. God, I'm out of focus inside. Sorry, it wasn't a great day when I filmed this. I'm trying my hardest here. Everything was kind of going wrong, but at least this piece turned out because I really like this piece. You know, here I am going over all the demon orchids because the darker petals on the demon orchids have these lines going through them, so I had to add those in, adding some more definition to the skull and to the leaves, adding in her nose and a bit of her eyes. But you can ignore the eye bit because I go over her face with a pen anyway, because everything else on her face is so dark. So I'm like, oh, let's make her, here we go, with a pen. I'll do her eyelashes first, and I just fill in her whole eye because I'm like, she's a demon. She can have all her eyes black because I love sclera lenses and I want some, but they are very expensive and I can't really afford them because I am a poor student. Also, her face is slightly warped because the way I was sitting it looked fine, but now that I'm looking at it from this angle, it's a bit warped. It's not too bad, it's just a bit it's mostly that eye on the left, it's just a bit high up, but you know, it happens. This is why I try not to draw when I'm like sitting like this, but I just redraw her face, so I'm like, oh, I'll be fine, and I popped it up every now and then, but apparently I didn't see that, but oh well, it's whatever. Yeah, learn from your mistakes. So yeah. I just dropped a bit of tissue paper on her. Always a great look. Here I am darkening up her horns because the pencil lines were just a bit too dark. So I'm like, oh, I should probably make it a little bit lighter. And here I am adding in the highlights and her piercings, which I'm doing in my pretty silver pen, as always. You know, adding her highlights everywhere, her hands and stuff. Now I'm starting to add in the background. I go over first with a flat wash, and then I start to add in the flames. The flames. God, my English is terrible today. Yeah. So again, I'm not sure if this really looks like flames, because I've never painted them before. But I did my best, and I think it looks okay. But yeah, tell me what you guys think, either in the comments or whatever. I mean, if you can tell me a way I can improve, like an easy way of drawing flames, either link it for me, please, because I'm always looking to improve. Anyway, I'll let you guys watch the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the outro. Bye. So this concludes Inktober day 18. There's a good look at her tattoo, because you can't really see it during the video. It's a bit messy because I'm starting to get quite shaky. As you can see, this ink is a bit clumpy, and I never really noticed, but you can see it in the flames as well. So I'm hoping when I get a better ink, it'll be a lot better. There you can see her piercings. If I get it in the right light, there we go. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Don't forget to take your paintbrushes out of water and read out.